There was a time when your choice of side-by-side was limited to a John Deere Gator, Kawasaki Mule, Polaris Ranger, or Yamaha Rhino. In those days, the Rhino was the sportiest of them all, but not by much. The aftermarket made up for whatever the Rhino lacked and helped solidify it as the sport side-by-side of its day. It also created an almost unshakable reputation for Yamaha as a side-by-side innovator. Problem is, Yamaha didn't do much innovating for almost a decade after the original Rhino was released. There were upgrades and updates, but for the most part, the Rhino stayed very much the same. There were many factors behind Yamaha's side-by-side stalemate, many of them very valid. The problem really was, the public just didn't care. You and us wanted something new from Yamaha. The competition was innovating and pushing the limits of what a side-by-side could do, both recreationally and utility-wise. Year after year, the competition forged ahead while Yamaha diehards and faithfuls waited. The first big news from Yamaha was, of course, the Viking, and while in the beginning there were some hints toward it being a semi-sport utility vehicle to replace the Rhino, the truth was obvious. The market had a whole different definition of what a sport ute is, and Yamaha eventually conceded that the Viking really was best suited for more utility-ish purposes. And the truth is, in its element, it's a great vehicle. If you're a hunter, if you work in the bush, or if you just need to move around a job site, the Viking is reliable, capable, and extremely well built. The short version seats 3 and the long version seats 6 people. It has a tilting dump box and a list of accessory add-ons longer than Trump's comb-over. If you have a need to get the job done, the Viking could be your go-to rig, but sporty it is most definitely not. There's no question a large number of Yamaha faithful were disappointed the Viking wasn't a sport model targeted at the Razor and the Wildcat. But then, another announcement from Yamaha, and this one was listed as an R-Spec. Like the Viking, the hype preceding the Wolverine was excessive. The whole industry was buzzing about all the things it could be. Its name included R-Spec, so it had to be sporty. Could this finally be the pure sport Yamaha the entire industry was anticipating? The Wolverine did turn out to be a really good side-by-side. It's way more sporty than the Viking, but is still capable of hauling all kinds of gear in and out of the bush or carrying all the stuff you might need on a long ride. The lack of a dumping cargo box still left people scratching their heads though. Was it or was it not supposed to be a foray into the sport market? It looks sporty, no dumping box, R-Spec badging and piggyback shocks, but the same 700cc single as everything else. When it's all said and done, the Wolverine is a great trail side-by-side, perfect for the average rider with all the features and performance you could possibly need. But it's not the pure sport monster everybody was pining for. Luckily, Yamaha wasn't done yet. They had one more model to release, and it was shrouded in secrecy. The videos they were releasing seemed to indicate big performance, but we'd all been fooled before. Many remained skeptical until the very last second. But when the sheets came off the YXZ, there was no question. This was what we'd all been waiting for. This was what we knew Yamaha was capable of, and this was the vehicle that was going to bring Yamaha back to a position of leadership in the sport side-by-side market. The YXZ is not just a sport side-by-side to compete with the rest. Yamaha thought out of the box on this one. They innovated the way Yamaha should. They styled it the way only Yamaha would, and they powered it the way only Yamaha could. The YXZ didn't just meet our expectations, it exceeded them, and quenched a thirst the industry had been feeling for many years. But the YXZ does something else as well. It's quite possible the most important aspect of this vehicle is that it brings the rest of Yamaha's side-by-side lineup together and legitimizes all the other models. Now, the Wolverine doesn't have to make any excuses for not being a pure sport like the Wildcat X or Razor 1K. It can just be the trail-ready recreational side-by-side Yamaha always intended it to be. The Viking doesn't have to make excuses for not being sporty. People can finally look at it for exactly what it is, a great utility vehicle. With the YXZ, Yamaha now has a complete lineup of side-by-sides with something for everybody. Yamaha diehards no longer have to make excuses. The competition better take notice and the rest of the industry better pay attention. Yamaha's back the way we knew they always could be. The only question left to answer is what's coming next.
If you like this video, click the link and subscribe to Trax's YouTube page where we're updating all kinds of fresh stuff like you've just seen.